Hi, welcome to this urgent 15-minute update on the escalating disaster in the Middle East. The title says it all. Trump's war on Iran has backfired badly, Trump has collapsed the US economy, and Trump has no shame. We're diving deep into how this reckless adventure, launched just over a week ago, has backfired spectacularly, leaving America humiliated, the economy in ruins, and the world on the brink. If you're tired of the mainstream spin and want the unvarnished truth, stick around. Before we start, if this kind of bold analysis hits home, please like this video, share it everywhere, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more real talk updates. Your support keeps us going. Let's set the scene with some quick history, because this didn't come out of nowhere. For over a century, ever since oil gushed from Middle Eastern sands, Western powers have meddled relentlessly. Britain started it, but America took the reins after World War II, sinking trillions into military bases, spy networks, alliances with Gulf kings, and endless interventions. All to lock down cheap oil, prop up Israel, and crush any nation that dared defy Uncle Sam. Iran, with its proud history and vast resources, has been in the crosshairs for decades. Sanctions, covert ops, you name it. But Trump, fresh off his re-election hype, decided to go all in. On February 28th, he greenlit a joint US-Israeli blitz, codenamed Epic Fury by the Yanks and Roaring Lion by the Israelis. The goal? Assassinate Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, smash Iran's military, and force a regime change. Trump boasted it'd be over in weeks, no boots on the ground needed. What a joke. Fast forward to day 9, March 8, 2026, and it's clear. This war is Trump's Vietnam on steroids. Instead of crumbling, Iran has hit back harder than anyone imagined, turning the tide and exposing America's paper tiger status. Latest reports confirm Iran has unleashed wave after wave of hypersonic missiles and drones, overwhelming US and Israeli defenses. Just yesterday, explosions rocked Tel Aviv again, with Iranian strikes piercing the Iron Dome and slamming into the Defense Ministry headquarters and Ben Gurion Airport. 6 Israeli civilians wounded in the latest barrage, adding to the 11 already killed. But Iran's not stopping there. They've targeted US assets across the Gulf with precision. Al Udeid in Qatar, the 5th Fleet HQ in Bahrain, bases in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, UAE, Iraq, and Jordan all hammered. Satellite pics show craters, fires, and wrecked radar domes. Iranian state media claims over 200 US and Israeli targets destroyed in the first week alone, including underground bunkers and command posts. In a bombshell from Chinese sources, a Iranian missile nailed a group of top US brass meeting in a Middle East hotel, precision targeting at its finest, highlighting how exposed American forces are. And get this, Iran's navy has partially sealed the Strait of Hormuz, that vital oil artery. Over a dozen tankers hit, shipping insurance suspended, routes diverted around Africa. Oil prices? Skyrocketed past $90 a barrel, with no end in sight. Trump's big wave of attacks? More like a whimper. Sure, US and Israeli jets have pounded Tehran, hitting fuel depots and missile sites, claiming air superiority and a 90% drop in Iranian launches. But Iran's still firing, adapting with underground factories churning out 100 missiles a month. Their losses are heavy, over 1,300 dead, per state reports, but their spirit? Unbreakable. President Masoud Pezeshkian flat-out rejected Trump's unconditional surrender demands, saying Iran won't bow to bullies. No negotiations until the aggressors back off. Tehran even elected a new supreme leader amid the chaos, signaling the regime's far from collapsing. Now, let's talk munitions, the real Achilles heel for Trump. US stockpiles are draining like a sieve. Pentagon insiders admit Patriot and THAAD interceptors are critically low after days of frantic defense. One Gulf ally has maybe a week left at this rate. Trump's Friday huddle with arms makers? They promise to quadruple production of fancy weapons, but that'll take months, not days. Dubai's ammo and food? 10 days tops under siege. Israel's reserves? Strained from years of skirmishes, with experts warning their Iron Dome could fizzle out soon. Meanwhile, Iran's arsenal? Vast and homegrown, letting them sustain barrages for weeks. This isn't a quick win, it's a grinding attrition war Trump can't afford. And the economy? Trump's collapsed it, all right. Wall Street's in freefall, energy prices spiking, global trade snarled. Japan and other allies are dumping US assets to buy oil elsewhere, screaming about shortages. Gulf partners, once loyal, are furious. Saudi Arabia warned Iran of retaliation if attacks continue, but they're also blaming Washington for dragging them in without warning. Bases that were shields? Now magnets for missiles. Faith in Uncle Sam? Evaporated. Protests erupt worldwide. Thousands marched in London yesterday, chanting hands off Iran outside the US embassy. Even in America, polls show sinking support for this mess, with fears of gas at $5 a gallon and inflation roaring back. Behind Iran's grit, smart prep and powerhouse backers. After last year's 12-day war, Tehran cozied up to Beijing, switching to China's Beidou satellites for jam-proof guidance. 2 months ago, 16 massive Chinese transports touched down in Tehran, advanced gear, no doubt. Now, 3 Chinese warships patrol the war zone, including an intel ship, with techs likely on the ground. Russia? Feeding Iran US positions for spot-on strikes. Both giants slam the US-Israeli aggression as illegal. Moscow calls it unprovoked. Beijing urges ceasefire and steps up as mediator after Gulf pleas. China's envoy heads to the region soon, positioning Beijing as the grown-up while Trump's bluster isolates America. This spillover's nasty too. Lebanon's dragged in, with Israeli strikes on Hezbollah met by rocket fire north. Beirut's a ghost town, hundreds of thousands fleeing. Iran's threatened a new phase hitting regional energy hubs, and they've delivered oil depots ablaze near Tehran from counterstrikes. But Iran's turning the tables on Gulf refineries. Human cost? Heartbreaking. 6 US troops dead, dozens wounded. Israeli families mourning barrage victims, thousands in Iran, including civilians. But fighters hold the line. Trump's no-shame tour de force? He rules out ground troops yet, but hints at forever war if needed. No plan B, just ego. Folks, this marks the end of US unipolar dreams. Trump's war hasn't toppled Iran, it's toppled America's clout. Iran controls lifelines now, squeezing neighbors and forcing alliance shakeups. Asia eyes China for stability. Gulf states whisper about evicting US bases. With ammo dwindling, costs exploding, Trump's choices, invade and bleed lives or slink away humiliated. Backed by Russia and China, Iran's transformed fury into fortress, turning a decapitation into multipolar rebirth. In wrap-up, Trump's Iran fiasco has forever scarred the globe. His collapsed war collapsed our economy, and his no-shame stance? A stain on history. Middle East's fate dangles, but clear. Today's calls echo generations. Stay sharp, challenge the lies, join the chat. If this raw breakdown resonates, like now, share wide, comment your next phase prediction, and subscribe with bells on. We need you to fuel these truths. Thanks for watching. Next update soon. Take care.